Today on The Joy of Editing, we're taking a look at the Midnight filter in Nic 9 Color Efex and how it can transform an ordinary image into one with a darker, moodier, and more cinematic feel. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Today we're taking a look at the Midnight filter in Nic 9 Color Efex. This filter is designed to create a cool, moody atmosphere by darkening the image and enhancing the feeling of a nighttime scene. It works especially well on images that already have some shadow, drama, or atmosphere, helping you create a more cinematic and mysterious look. I'll show you how the controls work, how to use the new depth masks in Nic 9 Color Efex to selectively apply the effect, and how to use the filter with a light touch so you can create a dramatic mood while keeping the areas you want to protect looking natural. By the way, links for purchasing Nic Collection 9 or any DxO software are in the description below. Use my discount code Dave Kelly to save 15% off new purchases. When you use my code, I make a small commission, which helps support my channel, and I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm starting out here in Photoshop, but you can also launch Nic Color Efex from Lightroom Classic, DxO Photolab, or use it as a standalone application. No matter how you open it, the tools work the same way. Today we're exploring the Midnight filter and using the new depth masks in Nic 9 Color Efex to selectively apply the effect where it works best. Now, I've already applied the filter to the filter stack. Right now it is shut off, but you're going to find all of your filters on the left-hand side of the interface under Filters. Look for Midnight. They're all in alphabetical order. Just click the plus to apply it, or you could come up and type in Midnight in the search bar and find it that way also. But let's go ahead and take a look at the controls we have here. Now, of course, we have our blend modes up here. We have the overall opacity. You have a color set. Right now it's set for neutral. Let me turn the filter on by clicking the toggle. Right now we're at neutral. If you click this drop down, we have blue, green, sepia, or violet. So you have different colors you can apply to the filter as well, which is nice. If we look here to the left side of the blend modes, this hamburger button right here, if you click it, we have different presets that we can hover over here and see what these different presets look like. And a lot of times you may want to start out with a different preset, but they're here if you need them. I'm going to start out with neutral. Now let's look at these slider adjustments from blur on down. So the blur obviously will add blur to the image, and it's a really beautiful atmospheric look that you get with the blur. So you can shut it off or add some blur. And then we have contrast. If you move it to the right, you're going to add more contrast. Move it to the left, you can take contrast away. And then we have brightness. You can brighten up the overall image or darken it down a little bit. And of course, you can adjust the color saturation. You can give it more saturation, you can give it less saturation. And then we have shadow protection. We can protect the shadows by dragging this to the right or to the left to let more of the shadows come through. And we also have highlight protection. Move it to the right to protect the highlights. Move it to the left to remove the protection. And then we have an overall opacity slider. And this is a good one. You may just want to add so much of that effect to the original image. So you can take the overall filter effect and drag this to the left and let it blend in with the original image. And that way you can become less heavy-handed with the effect. Now, I do have two different examples for you today, but let's start out with this one. Now, if I come up to the top of the filter and click this button right here, we can reset the filter, and now we can start from scratch. First off, let's look at the color set. I'm going to click the drop down. Right now we're on neutral. This is blue, this is green, this is sepia, and this is violet. And I think I like sepia, so I'll start out with sepia. I'll click on sepia. Now, right now the blur is at 50%. Let's take it the whole way off. I do like some of that blur, so let's add back some of the blur, and I think maybe right about here looks pretty good for this image. And now let's work with contrast. Do we want more contrast, less contrast? I don't know. I think right about here looks pretty good. And now let's work with brightness. Do we want more brightness? No, I think I want a little less brightness, maybe right about here. And now color. Do we want more color? Nah, I think I want a little less. I'm going to take the color back to maybe right about here. Looks pretty good. And now let's check out the shadows. Do we want to protect the shadows some? Let's move this to the right. You know what I do? I think I want to protect those shadows a little bit. Maybe somewhere right about here looks good. And now highlight protection. I'll move this to the right. Look at this area up here in the sky. Maybe I'll move that a little bit to the right just to protect this area just a little wee bit. And this looks pretty good, but I'll be introducing a depth map here in a second. But if you wanted to stop right here, you may say, I like it, but it's a little too strong. So then you could pull back on the opacity a little bit and say, yeah, that looks pretty good, and then save it out. But I'm going to take this opacity and drag it the whole way to the right. But now let me show you how we can add a depth map. And I'm mainly interested in the foreground area. I want the effect stronger in the foreground. I'll click right here, add local adjustment, and I want a depth mask. So I'll click right here. This is an AI mask. I'll click on it, and you see that little target right there. I want to target this person right here, so I'm going to click. And if I type my M key, you can see the area that it has picked. Now I want all of this area right up in here. So what I'm going to do is click right here and drag this slider the whole way to the left and get all that area in. You see that there? And then I'm going to take this bottom slider and feather this out. Like that. I'm going to take this slider and I want to remove some back in this area. So I'm going to take this slider and drag it to the left to maybe somewhere right around in here. Looks pretty good. And that's a good depth map for me. Now I'll type my M key again and we can see the overlay on here when I drag across, type the M again, and now we have no mask. And you can see that line going through there. We are not using an overlay option right now. Now, let me show you a powerful feature here when you're using masking in Color Efex. You see this opacity slider? It's controlling the depth mask filter effect. Once you make a local adjustment, this opacity slider shuts off. Now, this opacity slider will add the effect to areas outside of the depth mask only. If I drag this opacity slider to the left, I've removed it from the local mask area only. And now when I drag it to the right, I'm just applying it to the depth mask area. So for this, I want to keep it the whole way to the right. Maybe I'll just back it off just a little wee bit, maybe right there. The area that is outside of the depth mask, I can take this opacity slider and only affect the area that is outside of the depth mask area. So watch, I'll start to drag this one to the right. You see that? And I'll add some of that effect in up in here. Not too much, but just a little wee bit right there. So I'm balancing out this opacity with this opacity. And that's a really powerful way of making adjustments with any of the masking inside of Color Efex. Now, let me shut off this filter by clicking the toggle. This is before and this is after, and I really like this result. Now, I'm done right now, so I'm just going to click apply and send this back into Photoshop. And here we are back in Photoshop. Let me shut off this layer. This is before and this is after, so I really like this effect. Now, let's try it out on this image right here. I'll click on this image, click the Color Efex button, click open. Here we are in Color Efex. Let's find the midnight filter, click the plus to apply it. This is the default setting, which is really dark. So let's make some adjustments. I'll start out with blur. Let's see, do we want some contrast, a little bit of brightness in here? Let's work with the color. That looks good. Let's protect the shadows a little wee bit. Let's protect the highlights. Let's see if we want to add a color, blue, green, sepia, violet. I like sepia. I think I'll give it a bit more contrast. Now let's click Add Local Adjustment, click on Depth Mask, and you can see my target tool. I think I'm going to click about right here. And now I'll fine tune the depth mask. I'll pull this slider the whole way to the left and drag this back a little bit right around here. I'll type the shortcut M to see the depth mask overlay. I'll pull this bottom slider to the right. I'll adjust opacity for the depth mask. I'll pull this to the left. I'll take it the whole way off and let's build it up slowly. And I think about right here is good. Now let's adjust this opacity slider, which will affect the area outside of the depth mask. And now I want to introduce the overall opacity slider. That's this one right here. If you hover right here, see those two arrows left and right, you can take this the whole way off. Now this is for the entire overall image. And if we don't want the effect at 100%, we could pull this back a little bit. And maybe I will. I'll take it back to right around here, 72%. Now let me shut off this filter. Here's before and here's after. Now let's recap these three opacity adjustments. Now the first one is for the area inside of the depth mask. This one is for the areas that are outside of the depth mask. In other words, all these areas up in here. And the bottom one is for the depth mask itself. And this top opacity adjustment is the overall opacity adjustment encompassing this opacity adjustment as well as this opacity adjustment. So if the entire effect is too strong, just pull back on this opacity for the entire image. Now that I look at this image, this is a little too yellow here. So I'm going to click on the color set drop down and go back to neutral. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more saturation into the image, maybe somewhere right around there. Now let me shut this off. Here's before and here's after. And now I'm done here in Color Efex. I'll click the apply button and send this back into Photoshop. And now here we are in Photoshop. I'm going to shut off this layer. This is before and this is after. And I really like this result. And I do hope you give this midnight filter a try. I think this is a filter a lot of people shy away from. I know I haven't really used it that much, but on the right image, it can give a really nice result. Now, it's your turn. Give the midnight filter a try in some of your own images, especially ones with a little mood, atmosphere, or dramatic light. Experiment with the settings, use the depth masks to target the effect where it works best, and see how a subtle touch can transform the overall feeling of your photograph. Well, there it is, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's look at the Midnight Filter in Nic 9 Color Efex. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give this video a like and share it with your friends. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click the bell notification icon. Click all so that you receive all notifications. And then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. And I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.